Hello class, for my female scientist report thing, I'm going to talk to you about the awesome Margaret T. Murie, otherwise known as Mardy Murie. Mardy Murie was born in 1902 in Seattle, Washington, and passed away on an awesome ranch in Moose, Wyoming in 2003. She was 101 years old when she passed away. She was born in Seattle, Washington, however she grew up in Fairbanks, Alaska, and grew up to be the first female to graduate from the Alaska College of Agriculture and School of Mines, which is now the University of Alaska Fairbanks. She is known as the beloved grandmother of conservation, reason being that the extensive work and studies done in the field by her and her husband Olaus has been very instrumental in much legislation and protection of the wilderness in the United States, and also more prominently in Alaska. As far as the kind of scientist she is a biologist and conservationist, specifying in the Arctic and subarctic flora and fauna in Alaska. She was, in 1980, she was awarded the Audubon Medal for her research and works, and then in 1998, she was awarded by President Bill Clinton the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Like I said, she was a fierce advocate for wilderness protection legislation, and because of the research that she's done, one example of which would be doing a 550-mile river trek throughout Alaska, gathering information on caribou and other various animals and plants. She was able to put forth information and research that would lead to the establishment of the Arctic National Wildlife Range in Alaska. Now, being a female scientist conducting research for a federal office in the early, mid, and late 20th century, Mrs. Murie undoubtedly faced a solid amount of belittlement and persecution as a woman in that field. Also, being married to the famed biologist Olaus Murie, she definitely had to deal with kind of living in the shadow of what some considered a bigger researcher. So, as far as being a female researcher in the field, she still was unfazed by any kind of challenge like that, and still was very, very instrumental in the progression of our conservation movement in the U.S. Like I said, her invaluable research and work is directly linked to much of our wilderness in the U.S. being preserved just the pristine way that it should be. The Arctic National Wildlife Refuge and Range, in particular, protects over 100 million acres of wilderness in Alaska. She is a true national treasure and an amazing, amazing biologist and naturalist. And one of her quotes is, "Wilderness itself is the basis of all our civilization. I wonder if we have enough reverence for life to concede to wilderness the right to live on." Her words are timeless, her work is timeless, and I appreciate her work greatly. Thanks.